Emsolation is recorded on the stolen lands of the Wurundjeri people, the first storytellers of this country. We pay our respects to elders past and present and to any First Nations peoples listening. We acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded. Always was, always will be. Hey gang, just a quick moment of your time. If you've ever fallen in love, stayed too long, started over, been ghosted, divorced, heartbroken, or wondered what the hell just happened, my new stand-up show, Addicted to Love, is for you.
Straight men are out here doing the most to avoid talking about their feelings. Babe, have you thought about maybe talking about how, your dad never hugged you? Nah, probably just go do ayahuasca. Straight men would rather sit in a hut making eye contact with a person while they shit their pants and fight a snake that doesn't exist than tell someone they're lonely.
I'm bringing it to Brisbane, Cairns, Thirroul, Melbourne, Sydney. We've also added a limited number of VIP packages if you'd like to get up close and personal. You get to come to the sound check, ask me your burning questions, have a chat, and get a photo. Ooh. All the juicy details can be found at mrussiano.com or in literally any link on my social media.
You're in Emsolation.
Well, hello there and welcome to the last episode of Emsolation from Down the Hill Studios. Don't panic. We are moving out of our West Garth premises and into 5 minutes away down the road.
It's now across the hill.
Across the hill to a wonderful new space. We're very excited. But as the end of an era, this place came for me out of lockdowns and out of Spotify making us an exclusive, and I was able to hire a team. It's a bit sad. I'm a bit emotional about it.
No one's going to mistake who was in this place. The lavender walls.
Slightly regretting the lavender walls and custom wallpaper upstairs.
Do you have to?
$5,000.
We might have to do 4 coats to get
It's
rid of the
costing
colours.
me $5,000 to get this returned
Repainted.
to white.
And what did it cost to get the colours added? About 1,000?
Yeah.
Oh.
Needless to say, in a different financial position to what I was in when I moved in here 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Had the Spotify money. Don't have the Spotify money now. So that hurts.
It does.
We will not be painting the walls of the new studio.
No, just the little set will be enough.
Just a little set. But it was a great move and it was a big achievement. But onwards
We
and
once had a
upwards.
Beyonce dance party in here with a giant inflatable penis. I mean, how many units in this row of units could say that?
None.
I hope not.
But yeah, it's our last one coming from here. So welcome. I am Russiano. I'm a writer, a singer, a stand-up comedian, a maximalist power queen, a neurodivergent magic brain, and
A viral sensation.
we'll talk about the fact I have gone viral. I'm making international news. I'm making the news in the UK, in the US. It's not for anything I want to make the news for. Of all the fucking things I make, this is what has caught the world's attention. And joining me is my best friend since I was 11, award-winning screenwriter, Mr. Michael Lucas. If you are new here, if you are tuning in for the first time because you saw me give some parenting advice, welcome. We are going to be discussing that. We'll also be talking about my new personality, which is whimsical lavender farmer trying to save her house from her calculating mother in the middle of a love triangle between a New York musician and the local cowboy millionaire.
It's a complex identity.
It's who I am.
Is there a country song about it as well?
There
It feels
should
like
be.
There could be.
I feel like I could write one. I am completely obsessed with season 2 of Ransom Canyon. I also have been simultaneously finishing off Rivals season 2. So it's been quite the heady mix between Dame Jilly Cooper, so many backsides. Both shows giving plenty of ass.
Are they still doing full frontal in Rivals or have they eased off that? They are?
Oh, no,
Okay,
we're going
that's
full
good.
frontal. Definitely. Both shows, fantastic. So much unexpected male nudity. I have to say, Ransom Canyon, though, have done that. You know the scene with Hugh Jackman in Australia where the sud placement was 4 meetings?
I was on set.
You were.
The one scene I was on set for on Australia
Can you
was
tell
Hugh
everybody
Jackman.
about that moment in your career and the scene you described, just in case they are new this week?
I had actually stopped working for Basmark at that time, for Baz Luhrmann, but I still had plenty of friends that were there, and I really, really wanted to come and visit the set because I had been a researcher and I'd researched all the bombing of Darwin for that. And it was at Fox Studios, that camp. So you might remember from the movie Australia, there's an early initial campfire scene as they go out to the station. And it's mostly notable because Nicole pops her head out of a tent to discover that the... Drover. Oh my God, I've forgotten the name. That research's gone out of my head. He was soaping himself up and pouring himself down. And Hugh Jackman lived up to his name.
Jackman.
And it was, I am not kidding, on that set, pretty much a full day of just doing the suds up and the bathe down. And that was the day that I was there, just sitting there at the split watching Hugh pour water over himself again and again. But I have to say, after a while, it just sort of, there's only so much you could take it in, and you just sort of started, like everything started to lose meaning. Like just looking at someone's
Wouldn't have thought so.
pecs.
Nah.
It
Can't
probably,
imagine.
I think when we look back, we might say that was his absolute physical peak.
Yeah.
And I was there.
What a day.
What a day.
What a day for you. What a day for naked torsos in film.
Ah.
But there's a lot of that in Ransom Canyon. Like 3 shower scenes close up in the first 2 episodes.
Goodness.
There's one man, Yancey, whose bottom I see.
Yancey.
It's like in Yancey. It's like in, and his ex-wife's name is Sid and Yancey, because they did used to pull crime. They did used to run cons. And it's like in Yancey's contract, his bare buttocks must be out every 15 minutes. I think
It's
it's
an
in his
unusual
contract.
thing for an actor to put in the contract.
I
Normally
would-
it's
if
going
I
the
had-
other way.
If I had Yancey's gluteus maximuses, I would be maximising them.
Really?
Those glutes. Oh,
Well,
yes.
you're renowned for a strong game on that front.
I do have bootay. Guilty as charged. So that's what we'll be discussing. Oh my God, that took so long. And then in the sealed section, J-Lo has been on holidays and everyone's threatening me with a good time. She's apparently put a post up, but I've not seen it.
It's just glimpses of her life. It's
Okay.
very relatable.
But we'll start talking and see what gets dragged into the sealed section. Sealed section is our subscribers only membership, very special club, Emsolation Extra, and you can only hear it if you're a member. So become one. How do people do that?
They just hit the link in the description or go to emsolation.supercast.com.
So I am a viral sensation.
You are.
Not for anything great or good. Wow. There's a debate about my parenting, which, it's always great.
Well, no, I would say there is a debate. Look, yes, that is unfortunately part of it. It has unfortunately put a microscope on your parent. But I would say it's more a conversation about parenting in general.
Yes.
The contemporary way of parenting and what are we doing. And it is one of those situations where someone has done something very simple and I would say throwaway.
It was so throwaway. Do you think me makeup free
Oh,
in
no,
a
that's-
Ferrari? I'm in a Ferrari polar fleece, no makeup, hair disheveled bird's nest. I'm sitting at the school watching. The irony was I was watching my son play soccer. I was there literally.
Literal soccer mum. But that's part of the story though, because if you were, like it wouldn't work if you're all made up. It looks like someone who's got no time for this.
No time.
No time.
So it was so throwaway. Elio in the lead up had asked me to watch him jump down from the top steps to the bottom. It was about a meter. I watched.
A step or just a rock?
It was no. This was the lead up to the rock.
Oh, okay.
It was a crescendo.
Okay.
So I watched him do that. Then he asked me to watch him slow walk past me to see if I could hear his footsteps. Mm-hmm. And then I watched him slow walk. And then he asked me to jump off the now famous rock.
Planning to be a cat burglar or something. That
The
sounds
amount
like
of times. I want you to know, I have made a list since the video happened of all the things my son has asked me to watch him do.
Please.
Okay? And we will go through this
Okay.
list. And so finally the rock was the final straw. And the rock was this 10 centimetres off the ground. And he's like, and he wanted me to watch him land softly, right? So that's why he picked the small rock.
Oh, okay.
See if you can hear when I land. And I was like, no. He's like, why? I said, because it's boring, E. And he looked at me and he goes, yeah, it is. And then he ran off. That was his response to this now famous video.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I pulled my camera out and I'm like, you know what, parents, normalise telling your kids that not everything they do is audience worthy.
Parents, normalise telling your kid that something that they're doing is boring and not worth witnessing. Elio just asked me to watch him jump down from a rock. Not even an impressive rock, a small rock. And I looked at him and I said, no. Why? I'm not sending another man into the world who thinks everything he does needs witnessing. Next he'll be starting a podcast, you know?
And I think an important lesson in life, don't do everything for external validation. I'm living proof of what happens to a person. Every move you make, you want external validation for.
No comment.
You need a pat on the back. Don't do it. Build it. Be your own best audience member, right? So I put this up online and we've already spoke, but it is now at 3.1 million views on TikTok.
And growing.
And growing.
Well, and that's not counting the views it's getting on other sites, news sites, parenting sites.
Everywhere. People are wanting me to comment and we're just writing back, no. And I think you're right. The bigger discussion is we as elder millennials and X's were raised by boomers, a generation of people who would happily send us out into the street and tell us not to come home until it was dark or if there was blood.
School holidays come round and it's just have
See ya.
fun. Yeah, not even have fun, just
Go.
yeah,
Just
not
don't
nothing.
sit near me.
Just you finish breakfast, clean up after yourself, and then that's it.
Babysitting was a family-sized pizza and a video.
$20, yeah.
That was it. Like we were raised by parents who, our generation of mums were the first working mums, the women who were trying to have it all. And so they weren't able to be home as much as, their mothers were. So then there was a generation of dads who were just bewildered and didn't know what to do with their children. So we were largely unsupervised. And so as a result, as parents now, us elder millennials and X's, we as a majority overparent. We are too present.
Yeah.
We came up with the term gentle parenting, for fuck's sake. That's us. That's the idea of gently suggesting rules rather than enforcing them, right?
Yeah.
So whatever the opposite of my parents did Gestapo parenting or militant parenting or dictatorship, the idea of gentle parenting, imagine my dad. My dad, I love him, but kill or be killed, pretty much. I had 3 seconds to figure any skill out, and that could be welding to buttering toast. And if I didn't do it in 3 seconds, let me do it. I'll take over. That was
that's
my dad's
God.
parenting style, which is why I'm quick at picking up shit. Yes, I'm partially emotionally scarred for life, but I'm also a very quick learner. So I try to find a middle ground with my kids.
I had the best of both, the best or the worst of both worlds, because I had a father that was basically like
Ignored you.
Edwardian style. He was basically the dad from Mary Poppins without the changeover that happens when she opens his heart. So basically comes home from like pat on the head and you're off to bed. But then I had a mum who was quite contemporary in some ways.
Very
and she
much.
was like, she parented like she was your friend pretty much like that. And you're like, I remember when you go to like other friends' house and the kids weren't allowed to like sit with the adults and talk to them. And I was like, whereas my mum, that was not like that. She shared all of her interests and everything. The weird thing was I was allowed to watch everything to sometimes the scarring of
Same.
degree. And for me,
I
it was
think every kid was though, Michael. I genuinely think the ratings did, like the famous story of my dad putting me through Jaws at 12.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was scared to swim in the ocean.
The
From a man
Shining.
who doesn't want to swim, never learned to swim, hates the water, put me through Jaws.
Yeah.
Like we were watching Chucky.
Yeah.
We were watching It.
Yeah.
I watched so much shit.
Yeah,
That, oh
I
my
know. I've been
God.
reading all these articles going, horror's a thing now with young people. I'm like, oh, no, go back to the 80s. It was,
Yeah.
we were constantly watching it. But also, I mean, nowadays, I remember we used to go to the shopping centre and I was really young. And Mum would just say, off you go. And I'd wander around all by myself for like an hour. And but
My dad would
did
leave
you do
me.
that? Yeah.
That's why he's called Vincey. Because he would just speed off and I wouldn't know where he was all of a sudden. Let's just say Dad and I would make it out of Hades Town if we were given the test of somebody not turning around. We'd have no problem.
It's a niche
If the devil said
allegory
to my
you've given there.
the devil said to my father, you two can only make it out of hell if you can walk the path and Dad, you're not to turn around and look at your daughter. We'd fucking Dad's already made it to the
He's
surface.
done. He's fine.
We'd be fine in Hades Town. No, for sure. So I don't know. The way in which this has outraged some people, The idea that I actually tell my kid that something boring that they're doing is boring to their face, which, by the way, also Elio and I are both autistic people, so we have a blunt communication style. So for me to say, he'll ask me why, I'll tell him the truth. He just went, yeah, it is. Like he was getting one up on me. And then he went off and played soccer. That was it. But the way people are so
I know.
offended on behalf of my son. He's trying to have a connection with you. He wants
That
attention.
connection is very much there. I can
Oh
attest to
my
that.
God.
It's almost terrifying. Yeah, I know. Well, I feel like
People are very confident
and-
to take 25 seconds of my parenting life and make a lot of assumptions.
I know there's plenty more content that they can go if they just scroll through your feed. Plenty more. Plenty of Elio. Yeah. I mean, look, no one needs someone who's not a parent to start weighing in on what I say about parenting. Having said that,
Please
I
do.
say- well,
I'm inviting you to.
I do notice that it seems kind of. The other thing that I notice is kids being far more tethered to the home environment and anxious about the outside world. And part of me wonders whether, like, it's a balance that you've got to strike about if home is so soft and so intensely validating and then the world feels like no one's watching you and everyone's criticizing, like, then you don't, I wonder whether it sort of propagates this sense of the outside world is anxiety inducing and everything like that. I mean, I know there's a lot that's going to induce anxiety in kids these days, but I wonder what is wrought of everything you do being validated.
Me?
I don't think it's good. Well, no, but you weren't
No, I
validated.
wasn't.
Yeah, you were like, yeah.
But I didn't learn how to validate myself. I didn't learn that you don't need to do everything for somebody to pat you on the back. That's kind of where I grew my self-esteem from, which is fraught. But
You want data of achievements, be it applause or whatever. Yeah.
But the idea that my child isn't supported, that there isn't a connection, just the amount of people commenting, and I cannot believe of all the things I make, of all the things I put out, this is what's gaining me notoriety. The irony is I work so hard at being a good parent to my neurodivergent children. I've researched, I've done a Senate inquiry, I've done a press club address, I've written books, I've made podcasts, I've made sure there are resources for other parents like me. That's the thing, that I'm ignoring my kid.
Yes, but I mean, there's plenty of people that are going, hallelujah, thank God someone has finally said this and had the guts to say it, because it does feel like it just feels like one of those throwaway things that's connected to something that's been welling there unarticulated for such a long time, and they want everyone, you've unwittingly sort of given voice to something that is there in so many exhausted parents that are trying to keep pace with the expectations of how much you're meant to just be present for your child in every possible. And that's probably the biggest difference is that, I mean, I in some ways, 80s parentings were absent. That was marked by absence. Now it's like this constant watching,
We surveil our children. They have no privacy.
Yeah.
Our kids are monitored at all times. We can see where they are. They can't be kids. I did so much growing up unbeknownst to my parents.
Yeah.
I was largely unmonitored.
And also drawing on your imagination as well. Like, I mean, you were obsessed with fantasy. I ended up becoming a writer, which is like a professional all day, every day imaginator, whatever. Imaginer. Sounds like masturbator. Appropriate.
Good.
But these days, like that notion of like that you've got a whole day and all you've got is the toys you had there or some rocks or whatever it is. But that was what you had to fall back on. I think kind of in a healthy way.
Absolutely. But there's a middle ground.
There is, totally.
We don't need to be our parents, but we also don't need to applaud every fart that comes out of their anuses. And it feels like that's what the level of expectation is now on millennial parents and ex-parents, is that we have to be giving the right food, making sure they're getting the right education, the right amount of exercise. Are they doing the school activities? Are they eating enough nutrients? Look, there's just so many. Are we putting up the right photos of them? Are their birthdays being acknowledged? Are the Christmas, is everything ethical?
I mean, the standard for birthdays alone compared to what we had. And then also the other thing is that parents these days are doing it without, like, my mother, the amount that she drew on her mother and my aunt and everything, like it was more of a sense of a village raising a child, whereas I think parenting's a bit more siloed these days.
Yeah.
I know there are.
I mean, we have a village, thank God. I have Odie and Chella and Scott and Vince and Jenny, like my parents, my family, my kids. I do have more of a village, although it is just Elio and I a lot now. But I think it's okay to tell your kids that if they've done something that's rubbish, that it's rubbish. That's okay. And I'm absolutely gobsmacked that this has pushed people too far. Of all the things happening in the world right now, the fact that that has outraged so many people, but I have to believe they feel called out by it. I have to believe that it has struck something in them where they're like, maybe I are doing my kid a disservice.
Well, it's hard to accept that if you've been plumbing so much energy into this,
and
to have it suddenly be questioned, is this a good thing?
Yeah, saying, babe.
You could just as easily mount the case that it's not putting your children in the best stead to be doing that.
No. But then also don't ignore them. Middle ground. Here's the list, just for those of you concerned about me not watching my son do enough things. Here's a list of the things he's asked me to do in the 7 days since I made that video. Watch me have one long arm. Watch me make my bottom breathe. Watch me say poo with no lips.
That is hard.
Try it.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Watch me say mum like an old man. Watch me say mum backwards. That's just mum.
Yeah.
Watch me think of a number.
Oh my
God.
Watch me hide, but you can still see me. Watch me be a chair. Watch me carry this leaf like it's heavy.
A lot of these actually do sound sort of entertaining.
Watch me dry my lunchbox on my pants. Watch me sleep for 3 seconds. Literally said to me this morning, watch me blink and see if an eyelash falls out.
Oh.
This kid.
Yeah. And that's not even mentioning he's a chatter as well. Like he's got thoughts about things and interests that he can share. And if he gets you listening, you'll get the TED Talk.
Totally. But also, I watched him do a 13-minute reenactment of the final battle scene in Revenge of the Sith, in which he played all 5 characters. He did the entire lightsaber reenactment. He did all the voices. And I sat there holding my fucking iPhone like George Lucas and then had to sit there while he did director's commentary on the entire 13 minutes afterwards. Don't worry. My child is witnessed in every way
He's
possible.
an extremely validated child, yes. Yeah. My mum once said to me told me that I couldn't sing. You should stop singing. And I think you would argue. I mean, I remember at the time it was brutal. She did me a service. She said, maybe you're more a writer than a singer.
So anyway, that's all we really have to say about that. He's okay. Thanks for your concern.
Imagine if this just keeps on growing. It's like the woman that I'm not conflating these two things, but I bet you the woman that first put Me Too didn't expect that would be the enduring legacy of all time.
God damn it. Moving into my latest TV obsession. Well, it's one I've had.
It's not your latest. It's a renaissance.
It's season 2. It's Ransom Canyon. Is that what it's called? I know. Is it Ransom?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Ransom Canyon, and it is season 2. It's starring Minka Kelly of Friday Night Lights, who we all love, know and love. She's amazing. She's so beautiful. Mm-hmm. And Minka, she's just letting herself age. I mean, stunning to begin with, but she looks the right age. Mm-hmm. She looks age appropriate. And it's a small town called Ransom Canyon.
Yes, wow, it really won't lodge in there.
Thank you. Yeah, I can't do it. The same way I can't remember Gulliver's Travels. Sullivan's Crossing. Yeah.
Even I can remember. I've never tuned in.
But it's the story of this mining town, and it's a small country town, although it looks kind of the size of, say, Shepparton. It's not that small. And
you need to have a bounty of suitors.
It's true. And there are many ranches, and this particular season is focusing on the town's dying because they've sold off to a big mining company that's mining the ground for all the minerals. So all the farms are kind of being shut down and people aren't coming into the town to sample all the local goods. The restaurants are shutting down, cafes are shutting down, and the local community is dying, and they're very concerned. So and what I need to tell you is, even though Minka Kelly's character, whose name I can't remember, she is a lavender farmer, yes. She also owns the local tavern, yes. But what you need to know, Michael, is that she is a concert pianist who plays in the New York Philharmonic.
So she commutes there.
She Well, what we find out is toward the end of season 1, this mysterious woman turns up and says, I want to offer you a job. And we're like, what is she talking about? What kind of lavender farmer is going to work in New York? And then it comes out, nobody plays Rachmaninoff like you. And I was like, come again? And so then we see Minka's character just pop down at a classical piano and just...
Queen.
Oh.
Quinn.
Did we have any knowledge that
No.
she had these skills? We should have done that with Nina and Osprey.
Absolutely. We find out she's like this Beethoven's second coming. She's there. She's tickling the ivories. And then, so of course, at the end of season 1, finally, what's Fergie's ex-husband, Josh Duhamel's character's name?
Is that they exes now?
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, no, he's married with kids now. He moved on.
What's going on with Fergie?
Staten?
Kirkland.
Staten? Can you
Was
think
it
of,
after she sang the national anthem?
Yes.
Was that
Can you think of anything more
Staten?
Staten Kirkland? That's
No.
all you need to know. Say less. Say less. I would know if you just blindfolded me and said, there's a TV show and the character's called Staten Kirkland. I'd be like, cowboy.
I just hear reliable erection.
Yes, 100%. 100%. So him and Minka have kind of loved each other since high school, but never really acted on it, right? And so finally...
We didn't act on it in season 1?
Didn't act on, they did act on it right at the end.
Of course. Of
But-
course.
But then she gets presented with this opportunity, right? To go to
Rachmaninoff.
New York and play for the symphony orchestra. And he doesn't really ask her to stay. They break up. She ends up going. Pick up season 2, 6 months have passed. She comes back. She's a changed woman. She's a new woman. And she realizes the town's dying. So she's going to put on a music festival in Ransom Canyon, guys. She's going to do Ransom Palooza. Not lying. That's what
Yeah.
she called it.
oh, okay, sure.
Maybe sounds like a festival for kidnappers. I don't know.
Ransom Palooza, yeah.
Just where small crime meet
Yeah.
to discuss ideas. But no, she's putting that on. So her interfering mother turns up and I'm obsessed. What's the woman's name who plays the interfering mother? She's not Laura Dern. She's a Southern woman. She was in Succession. She plays the same character in every movie. Oh, my God. Mother Ransom.
The one who
So
plays
annoyed.
Jerry?
Read my mind. No. Ransom Canyon, blonde lady.
Oh, that narrows it down.
Who's the cast? Season 2. Even Google's not helping me.
Everyone's against you.
Patricia Clarkson.
Oh, Succession.
Succession.
She never was in Succession.
This woman. She was in Succession.
No, she was not.
You said she was.
No, she was in that Amy Adams murder mystery, Sharp Objects.
Patricia Clarkson. TV. Anyway, she's fabulous. She is so
fabulous.
foul and southern and controlling. Minka Kelly's character Quinn gets back and she sees Staten Kirkland for the first time since she's 6 months. And then she hears his nickname has become the town bike because he's been having all these dalliances with women. So she's not very happy about that. And she's sitting there with him at her welcome back party and all of a sudden her dog appears with a scroll in its mouth. It's the funniest, fucking most ridiculous scene of this tiny little terrier. Because the camera pans down to the dog for about 15 seconds and I'm like, fuck, they're giving the dog a lot of airtime. And I'm like, what? And so in its mouth is a scroll and it sits down and she delivers it like it's a fucking crow in Game of Thrones. And she opens the scroll and it's a wordle. Meet me at the something, something, something,
From
something.
him.
From another man.
Oh.
She met a double bass player while she was in New York and started an affair with him. Her mother found out about this and flew him in. So she's sitting there talking to Staten Kirkland. Meanwhile, this other bloke's turned up. And
Hang on. She met this other man and he has come in and he's decided to reach out to her via a wordle presented by a dog.
correct, sir.
Okay, sure.
Correct.
How
So-
did he bring the dog with him?
It was her dog.
He trained the dog.
Yes. Or the mother did. We don't know. We don't know who trained the dog, but the dog was trained to bring in a scroll to say, come and meet me at the gazebo. So she went
So
outside.
that's very Sound of Music.
She went outside to the gazebo. He's there, hot. This man has long hair. He's a musician. He has an ambiguous accent. I don't know where he's from. Could be Australian, could be English, could be American. Don't know. Don't understand. Don't care. So he's there, fucking drops to one knee
Proposes.
after 6 months. And then Staten Kirkland walks out. You wouldn't read about it. Sees the proposal. So the fucking triangle's on.
Where are we in the series? Except 1?
2.
No, 2. Okay, they get there. How many episodes?
Don't know, 8.
Right.
Meanwhile, Yancey, who we spoke about earlier with his bum, Yancey looks like he belongs in like what was the strip review that Jamie Jury, Man
Oh,
and
Man
just Man
No,
and
what were they? The Australian? Oh my God, how
Men
we
down under Thunder Men. What was the
Wasn't it
strip?
Thunder from Down Under?
No. What
They
was
were one
the
of them.
Man?
the Australian strip
What were they? The
club.
We are
Jamie Drew, this is terrible.
strippers. My Google algorithm today.
If there is,
Australian
we should be ashamed of
strippers,
ourselves.
Jamie Drew. Remember they carried
Yeah.
they carried in Carrie Ann?
Yeah.
Here he is. Look at the picture.
What's the truth?
Oh, it's just a picture of them. James awkward hug. Manpower.
Manpower. We're so
Look
close.
at Manpower. Remember they had the
yeah.
chokehold Manpower had on us.
That's right.
Do you remember?
Oh, I think Manpower are part of the good branding that Australia has all around the world. Manpower, the
Look at
Hemsworth.
Jury here. Look at this.
Look at it. Yeah.
Manpower. Remember they carried out Carrie Ann?
Oh, how could I forget?
No, they carried out
I know.
Gina.
Pretending to be Carrie Ann.
Let me get up a picture of Yancey Ransom.
This is you're about to show me the most handsome man you have ever seen.
No, just like in terms of how they've managed to convince us this man is a cowboy. Yancey Ransom Canyon
Doing
shower.
publicity on Netflix, Australia, New Zealand, saying watching Ransom Canyon for the plot, and then it's just all these muscular, sweaty, wet men.
Yes, I see. Yeah.
There it is. Show Michael.
You've
This
changed
is it.
Yeah.
They're all okay. Put that up.
Yeah, we
Look
will
at.
be
Can you
putting
see
this
that?
up.
The amount of hard-bodied.
Oh, that was quite similar to Hugh Jackman. to
Yeah,
bring it
that's
full
why it
circle.
made me think of it. Because they're all tan from being out in the sun. They're all hard-bodied. They've all got body hair and they're all glistening with oil sweat.
You know, the tan from being out in the sun is not going to pay dividends the more the decades pass. But I suppose you just trade younger.
and
as
you know
go on.
what? They don't have the evening gloves that all the farmers I know have. They've all farmers have the evening glove tan with the V here.
Yeah,
These guys
they do
get
have
it
a
all
12
over.
pack though.
The amount of anyway, this is where I'm currently at in terms of what I can take in TV.
Okay.
wise.
The ladder, yeah.
There is
Is there below it if Parks and Rec reruns? Like Parks and Rec watch it for the 10,000th time.
Parks and Rec isn't good. But we've always discussed, I've never cracked open the Wonder Years. The Wonder Years, if I ever go back to the Wonder Years,
That's Suicide Watch.
I'm on but it's welfare check time. But no, there's certain things I can, so I'm kind of bouncing between Ransom Canyon and Rivals, Jilly Cooper's amazing book series turned into an incredible TV show that is so camp and so, it borrows so much from the newsreader. I feel
People always tell me this. No, I mean, look, in the first series, there was a talk show host that was similar to our character in the second series of the newsreader, and the set looked weirdly the same. But that is, we all just drew from 80s sets.
Well, there's in season 2, there's a whole scene with when the river was deep, I didn't falter.
Who
Yeah.
sang that?
Yeah. So there's a whole scene where they are using that for a love scene.
Well, look.
The music, the beeping is so annoying. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I don't care. It's real. There's reversing happening. So I'm kind of bouncing between Rivals and Ransom Canyon and Drag Race. And that's all I can handle at the moment. Because there's kind of,
I don't do.
do you not have thresholds for
Well,
what
I
you
think
can,
yours is that's actually okay because you're still watching things. The outcome is still uncertain in what you're watching. Whereas
yeah.
the lower level, the worse, darker level is when you need to have already seen it, so you know exactly what's going to happen. There'll be no surprises. That's when the world is so brutal and cruel that you just need. Yeah, no, I don't. My thing would be, my equivalent is that I just go to YouTube and watch diva
Divas.
clips. Yeah, so I just watch performances of concerts.
Yeah.
Or interviews.
Yeah.
That I've already seen 10,000 times.
Yeah.
Hi,
I don't do reruns of shows for some. I very rarely watch a show another time. I do watch movies sometimes. Again, we just watched To Die For. Again. Loved it. It's Nicole's best performance. I think she just slammed it out of the park at 28. I mean, not that she hasn't had some highs since then. She has, but I don't. And
so you mean 2 years ago?
And there was a period of time in the pandemic, I did fall on 90s movies that I found really reassuring, like your Sleepless in Seattle's and your League of Their Owns and things like that. There was something about that felt great. Pre-internet movies, I guess. No, my biggest sign of mental health and clarity is if I'm able to read literature. If I can read literature, I'm going well. And then if I can't focus on a book, I'm not in a good way.
Yeah. No, pretty much the same. So anyway, I highly recommend visiting Ransom Canyon. Before we go, some people already know we've had to cancel my Perth show at His Madge at the end of September.
Is it now His Madge?
It's His Madge because of Prince Charles. It's not a decision we made lightly, but unfortunately the numbers were just not stacking up. The venue costs were burying me. If I had have put the show on currently now, I would have been $50,000 in debt to the venue. That's the reality of it all. So, you know, a lot of people have been saying people are buying tickets later, hold off. And the venue, you know, they were very supportive. And they're like, no, hold off. It's, you know, selling better than a lot of things. We're just finding people are coming later. And I cannot put my family in that kind of financial duress. So to cancel it, I have to pay like $6,000 as opposed to the $50,000 I'm currently in the hole for, and hope that people buy tickets toward the date. This is a reality facing a lot of touring artists. Operating costs have doubled and our ticket sales and our ticket prices have not. We can't do that to the general public. So, you know, the rest of the tour is going ahead. Melbourne's selling really well, and thank goodness for my hometown. They're keeping everything afloat at the moment. Brisbane's probably my next worry. We're definitely not going to cancel it. That's definitely going ahead, but I still need to sell another 200 tickets just to break even. And I have sold almost 70% of the venue. Just to let you know how hard it is now to kind of break even in a live show. And as we've previously said, I am independently produced. I don't have Frontier this time around putting up all the money in advance. So, you know, I'm having to do it, and ticket sales coming in late. It's just terrifying at the moment. And it's, you know, there's a lot of discussions need to be had. I'm not the only person having to have these, you know, discussions with venues and with the public, but it's not something we really
It's
talk
not even
about.
limited to Australia. Jellicle Ball on Broadway just closed down, even though they were almost at capacity.
Correct. You can have really strong ticket sales and still be barely breaking even. This is the reality of touring at the moment in the current environment, with all the things happening with tariffs, with labour costs, with venue fees.
Wars.
Yeah.
Pointless wars.
Yeah. So not just with my show, but if there is a show you're interested in and you're circling, buy the ticket. Put your faith in those people and those performers and in their art so they know that the show can go on, because we're now all really at a point where you just won't get to see that show. It just won't happen. So we're really sorry, Perth. We are looking to reschedule for next year. Hopefully, we're also on the same day as Grand Final Day. And I remember when we were discussing this, everyone was like, what are the chances Fremantle or West Coast are going to make the Grand Final? Fremantle's going to make the Grand Final. So really, yeah, I'm up against
Well,
it.
and Kylie's performing, so I mean, what are you going to do?
I'm up against it. But thanks to everybody in Perth who did get a ticket. You'll be getting a full refund. Obviously, the venue will be in contact with you, and we'll let you know when a new show may happen, but it won't be until next year. All right, moving into sealed section now, where J-Lo has had a weekend away with her sissy. I'm being told
That's all we need.
that's all. I haven't
It's not
seen
even like there's
anything.
anything particularly amazing, but no, you better believe that there's a lot to discuss.
And the Victorian Premier has stepped down. Michael,
She has.
our political correspondent, has all the details, because I'm just hearing about this for the first time. That's in the sealed section. Bye.
If you're not a subscriber to Emsolation Extra, here's what you're missing.
Hello there, and welcome to the sealed section. This week we will be talking about J-Lo's girly weekend away. What's
I can't
going
believe
on?
we're matching J-Lo and Jacinta Ellen. I mean, two
That feels right.
different women in very different positions right now. Although J-Lo knows the cold, hard winds of failure.
Oh, she does.
She does, but she dances on. She does, and she sings Broadway. She tackles Barbara. She says, you want to cancel my show? I'm just going to meet that with Don't Rain on My Parade.
Incredible. Maybe that's what I need to do. Sing a song I have no business singing as an act of
I
defiance.
think your version of that, I'd like to hear it.
Nobody know. What's going on with J-Lo? All of you have said, have you seen the J-Lo thing? I'm like, nah. And they're like, don't look at it. What's going on?
What?
Do I need
just
a
quite
laptop?
simply, no, she's just gone to Carousel.
Oh,
The caption is, a double birthday sister trip is always a good idea. I love you, Linny. Happy birthday.
Okay, now there's a few aspects that to me make this worthy of
so
our
I'm
attention.
just going to speak what I see.
We're going to just start with
James will put these up on the
an
screen.
initial. No, it's a double birthday, so it's
Yeah.
her and her birthday.
I assume so. But you'd think
But
if
then it's
she's
I love you,
mentioning-
Linny. Happy birthday.
Yeah, and it's a double birthday. But you'd think if she's mentioning her sister, what would you put first?
Okay, she opens strongly. I'm seeing the inspiration is just going straight into the brain. And I can see she's already got a plan. Oh, I can make that. I can do that. I've got all of that. I've got it.
I actually do have
Yeah,
all of that.
I know you do. I know.
It actually is giving me inspiration.
Could it not?
So J-Lo's a double birthday sister trip. So I would expect perhaps the sister to be in the
No.
birthday post.
No, she gets a happy birthday with an exclamation mark. That's, what more do you want?
See, the first picture, without context, is J-Lo in a...
We saved the best stuff for Emsolation Extra. So if you want to hear or even better watch what happened next, just click the link in our episode description or visit emsolation.supercast.com and join. Instantly, you'll have access to a world of bonus apps and other treats, all accessible through the podcast app that you are currently listening on right now. And on our extra tier, you can also watch and stream the video episode of what you just heard and our exclusive sealed section episode back to back every week via the Supercast website for just $2.50 a week on our yearly plan. Join Extra or Extra and get 2 bonus episodes every week, plus close friends access on Instagram, pre-sales ticket priority, and merch discounts and one-off exclusives. Find out more. Click the link in the episode description or go to emsolation.supercast.com now. Emsolation with Em Rossiano is recorded at Down the Hill Studios. Hosted by Em Rossiano with Michael Lucas. Executive produced by Benjamin Wasley. Produced by Em Rossiano. Filmed and edited by James Henderson. Socials by Benjamin Wasley, Em Rossiano, and Marcella Rossiano Barrow. With assistance from Jem Evans and Isabella Hines. You'll find links to get more Emsolation on Instagram at Emsolation Podcast. Thanks for listening, and we can't wait to chat with you again soon.